Hey guys, Zach from Primrose Productions here. Today is going to be kind of a different video. It's going to be a little bit more of a serious video, but I just want to talk about something that I'm sure every musician struggles with, and that is self-doubt. And the reason that I want to bring this up is because in the last week or so, I've been having a serious issue with it. As you guys know, I've been spending way more time in the studio because everyone's quarantined, and you know what better to do than make music during this time. So I've been out here working more. I've been working more on some of my own stuff rather than things for clients. And I don't know, basically I had 3 days straight that I was trying to work on a guitar tone for a single song. And no matter what I did during those 3 days, I just could not get the guitar tone right, and it seriously started getting to me a little bit and started doubting myself. And you know, if you're a musician or an artist of any kind, I think we all kind of deal with things like this from time to time. And I think it's the way I can just best describe it is it's kind of like a bipolar disorder cycle, by which I mean you'll have days where you're really excited about your art and you get an idea for something and you just go full into it and you're working on it for hours nonstop and you don't even realize that the time's gone by just because you're so into it in that moment, and you feel so great about yourself and you're like, this is the best thing I've ever done. It's like, I've never topped this. I'm clearly improving. This is great. And then we'll have a day, possibly even the next day, or sometimes it's even moments within the same day that you'll look at that, whatever it was you did that you were just so excited about, and all of a sudden you feel like it's not good enough. And just, like I said, you're so excited about it even a few minutes ago sometimes, and then now for whatever reason it's just hitting you differently and you feel like it's just not there. Sometimes you might go as far as to say this is actually the worst thing that I've ever done. And I think every artist goes through this, no matter what it is, whether you're a writer, a painter, musician, a filmmaker, whatever. I think we all go through this from time to time, and I have a lesson to take away from this that I hope will help you guys. So like I said, I spent 3 days working on that guitar tone, and no matter what I did in those 3 days, it just sounded terrible. And let me go over what happened. I recorded the guitar the way I normally do, and I usually use 3 mics when I record guitar. For whoever, if you watch my past videos, you'd know that, but yeah, so I usually go a simple 3 mic setup for recording guitar, and it usually works for me. I usually get a great tone. And in this particular instance, the first day I was actually pretty happy with the tone I got. And then I took a day away from it, and then I came back to work on it, and that's the day that it was just like, this isn't right, this isn't working, this doesn't sound good. And so I started to work on it. I tried to fix it with some EQ and some compression in the box, and that wasn't working. So what I ended up deciding was, you know, I'm just going to reamp the guitar. And I reamped it 2 different times, and I completely threw out the way that I normally did guitar. Like I said, I normally approach with 3 mics. This time I was like, no, you know what? I'm going to do 1 mic, and I'm going to try this and do things the way that I wouldn't normally do, in the hopes that maybe that was the key to improving this particular guitar tone. And 3 days later, I was no happier with it than I was on the start of the start of the day after I first recorded it. And like I said, that self-doubt set in, and I was just like, what am I doing? Am I even supposed to be doing this? Am I good enough to do this? What am I doing wrong? Could I do better, or should I give up? And I kind of stopped for a day or two. I was just like, I'm just going to do nothing. I'm going to step away from music. I'm just going to try not to focus on it. and then maybe I'll come back to it. So I stepped away for 2 days, and I took some time off. I spent some time with my family. I stayed away from music for 2 days, and then I came back to work on it, and again, the tone that I spent 3 days on sucked. But then I decided, you know what, just for the hell of it, let me go back and listen to the tone that I had on the first day. Luckily, I hadn't deleted it, which I've done in the past, and I'm sure some of you have too, where you, like, when you get that first moment of this sucks, I hate it, you just delete it or destroy it if it's like actual painting or something, and just get rid of it entirely to start over, rather than just pushing that version to the side to start over. So luckily I hadn't deleted it, because I listened to the first version again and I was like, you know, it's not amazing, but it's not bad. And so I spent a couple minutes on it, and basically what I ended up with was I changed one of the EQ moves. Okay, from the first day, one of the EQ moves that when the second day I went back and it sounded terrible and I totally restarted, if I had just changed that one EQ move then, instead of trying to completely rebuild it from the ground up, then I would have been happy with it right then and there. And I guess my point here is that when you're in those moments, when you're at that point that you're like, this is the best work that I've ever done, when you were super happy and confident and you think it's going great, it probably is. And like I said, it's a cycle. You're bound to get into that self-doubt point at some point again, and it's just part of being an artist. But when you get to that point that you want to just stop and quit, don't destroy it, don't delete it, don't get rid of it entirely, just push it to the side. If you want to come at it again from a new angle, you can do that. You don't have to completely erase what you had already in order to do that. And the reason that you might not even have to restart. Maybe you just need to do what I did and step away for a couple days and then come back to it and look at it again with fresh perspective. And yeah, so if you have something that at the moment you created it, you were psyched about it and you thought it was incredible, just keep it. Don't get rid of it. Yeah, just don't get rid of it, and come back with fresh ears for music, fresh eyes for art in a couple days, and see what you think about it then. And sometimes the key to a problem you're having with art is that you just need to go back to the beginning and start with the basics that you're used to, and just your fundamentals, and start from there. So yeah, like I said, I know this was kind of a different video than what I normally do. I hope you guys got something out of it. I hope that this can help you if you're having some doubt, especially in a time like this where we're all pretty much confined to our homes. I feel like it's a little easier for that doubt to set in because you're working pretty much nonstop on your art at this point. I feel like you're more likely to be hit with that self-doubt in that situation because you're not distracted by other things in the time. So yeah, I hope you guys found that helpful. Another thing that I just want to mention is, if again you've been doing music for a while and you're excited about it and you're happy with it, but maybe you feel like other people aren't taking notice, maybe you feel like they haven't really paid as much attention to your music as you think it should get because you're so happy with it and you know it's good, but they're just not paying attention. You might just not know how to properly put that music out into the world in a way to get noticed. So if that's you, I'm gonna give you something that will help you a lot. I've had some other people read it so far and they're really excited by it and they found it really helpful, so I hope you can too. It's a simple guide that I wrote up. It's called My 8 Steps to Getting Your Band Noticed. I'm going to put the link right here, just primroseproductionsmusic.com/guide, and you can go there and you can download that, and hopefully that helps you to get your music in front of more people. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Again, I know this was kind of a mushy serious episode instead of my normal thing, but hope you got some use out of it. If you could hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and that notification bell, it really helps me out. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.